So as Forrest said, the first Neo series that they were still in production but phasing out. We brought those out 15 or 16 years ago, which was really early. I think we were one of the first adopters of Neo, if not the first. I don't know that for sure, but lots happened in 15 years with Neo drivers and with cabinet design in general. So it was time. We've been accumulating ways to improve these things, and so it was time to put it all together and bring out a new series. So the new series starts out with the drivers themselves. I don't know if people are aware of this, but we do make our own drivers in Stockton. And we adjusted the voice coils and suspension and various things in the speakers to optimize them for the cabinet volumes that the new series has. Like, for example, the 410, if you start with that, it's a little bit smaller in volume than the old 410, which we felt would be an advantage for guys getting them in and out of their vehicles. So we had to redesign the suspension and the voice coils and whatnot to optimize them for this smaller cabinet. It turns out they really work great. So we went through that design process with all the drivers on the new series to make sure that we had an optimum fit. Then the cabinets themselves, being a little smaller, they needed to be a lot stiffer than the earlier cabinets. So there's ample bracing inside. This kind of looks like an airplane wing. There's bracing going vertically and horizontally and front to back. These things are really stiff, which prevents the low frequencies from coming through the sidewalls and canceling out what's coming out the front. In fact, canceling out what's coming out the front of the speaker is a big part of a cabinet design. You have two problems. Low frequencies want to radiate through the sides of the cabinets, and they tend to cancel then with what's coming out the front of the speaker because they're out of phase. And likewise, higher frequencies coming out of the back of the speaker when they come out the port, they tend to cancel at various times what's coming out the front of the speaker. So you get a very peaky response. It's lots of this kind of activity. So these things have a lot of damping material inside them to absorb those upper, mid, and high frequencies coming out of the back of the speaker, so they won't come out and cancel from the front. So we get a very smooth response. You'll find that these things really are pleasant to listen to. They don't have any weird, irrational vibrations or sounds coming out of them. And thirdly, we went to a new coating on to cover the cabinets with. It's really tough as nails. It's kind of a derivative of what you find people coating pickup truck beds with. It's impervious. Really, you can hit it with a hammer. Even if it dents the surface, the material doesn't flake off or peel. It won't tear, it won't scratch. And along with that, we went with a steel grill, which we were probably one of the first companies to use steel grills too, years and years ago. And we're going back to them exclusively on our products. And the significant things about our drivers are that, first of all, they're all die-cast aluminum frames, which makes it a very rigid platform to hold the magnetic structure. And our voice coils are all edge-wound aluminum voice coils. And we really need a diagram to show this, but an edge-wound coil the wire is rectangular in shape, very thin and much taller than it is wide. And it's wound on its edge, so it's wound like this. And that gives you the most wire in the gap. It's kind of a technical term, I know, but it gives you a lot more efficiency, better high end, and all the surfaces of the wire are exposed to the air for cooling. So the coil that's built like that can handle more power. which our speakers need because our amplifiers put out a tremendous amount of current. And the speakers have to be able to handle those forces and that power. So that's why we make our own speakers.